Hello friends, Fairy Dazzle here. Yes, you can see that bright sunshine in Victoria, Bear Mountain to be specific. A great few days before Christmas celebrations, and I thought it would be appropriate to bring out a story that I wrote last year in tribute to soldiers all over the world. And particularly, I wrote this for a friend of mine and his family. Since then, I've made some edits, one of which was to change the names in the story, just to offer them a little bit more privacy. So here I am with my little Misty fairy, my writing associate, and I am going to share this story, as I said, to tribute the soldiers and to say thanks. It's titled Soldiering Eagles, Courage, Grit, and Resilience. Giant evergreens towered over the glistening moss velvet slopes of Bear Mountain one rainy and foggy November where daylight was short. Catherine, a mom of 3, was excited and busy before picking up her hubby from the airport. Nervously, she set the dinner table for her military hubby's favorite homecoming meal. This last of 3 deployments was a long, intense, and life-threatening ordeal. Her daughter Sarah asked, "Mom, I wonder if Dad will remember us the way we remember him. My hair has grown, Jim is taller, and John has bigger muscles from going to the gym." Catherine hugged her daughter. "Honey, remember that your dad and I are both loyal soldiers. He would never forget us. His love for his family is mightier than the strongest steel." Deep in her gut, butterflies fluttered and trembled as she wondered if life would be normal after a year. His return seemed unreal. The family piled in the van and drove to Sydney Airport, listening to carols and loudly singing along, when Catherine said, "Okay, calm down," and switched the station to a soft ballad and gasped, "That was your dad and my favorite song." The family fell silent, listening to the Eagles' "Love Will Keep Us Alive." Tears silently rolled down her cheeks as she continued to drive. In the airport, they shuffled, waiting for their dad to walk through the security doors. Suddenly, Catherine spotted, greeting Dave. Sarah squealed. Everyone ran and formed a big hug huddle with lots of kisses. Dave's bag fell to the floor. "Dad, we've missed you so much. Tomorrow, can we go out for a hike like we did a couple of Christmases ago?" smiled John, carrying his bag. "You guys have no idea how much I missed all of you." "Yeah, for sure, we can. I just need to get some sleep to get over this jet lag." The next day, after a pancake and bacon breakfast, it was cloudy, mild, and dry. Jim asked, "Dad, can we head over to Goldstream Park? The weather will be windy, but it promises a blue sky." Catherine smiled. "You know, it's the time of the salmon run. We'll see all the birds of prey." She packed a snack, and in no time, the family was driving between the towering red cedars off the Malahat Highway. Running ahead, Jim beckoned. "You know, Dad, bears and cougars live here, but best of all, we should see lots of eagles flying in the sky." Dave's hat blew off in the strong winds. Catching it, he glanced up, pointing. "Look, they're over there. There are 2 eagles way up high. They are fearless. Watch them catch the wind with courage, going above and beyond." The 2 eagles soared, then dropped with talons locked, breaking before hitting the ground, showing their bond. Dave looked at Catherine with an affectionate smile and held her hand. Remember, when we first met, we were like these birds, wild and crazy kids in a romantic wonderland. Catherine smiled and nodded. Sarah piped up, "Don't eagles mate for life and build a nest together?" Dave chuckled, "Yep, they do, and your mom and I have survived 3 deployments. In 20 years, our love and faith have been our tether. Let's head to the platform at the estuary so we can watch the eagles feeding off the salmon," directed John, pointing to the trailhead. They walked like a silent single snake, soaking up the emerald forest while soft slivers shone through the evergreen canopy. John whispered, "Listen for the water flowing along the riverbed." Seconds later, John abruptly stopped and gulped. "Dad, look over there!" Spotting a dark movement to the right that grunted and sniffed. Dave ordered, "Everyone stop, hold hands. Hold them high, stay calm, let's back up, and be swift." As they began their steady retreat, looking like a tall human wall, Dave explained, "I grew up with these creatures. They do have a great sense of smell, but bad eyesight are a couple of their features. His back is to us, and the wind is blowing away from us, and with our hands high and together, we look big, so he doesn't seem to be threatened. This is good. We haven't gotten too far from the nature center. In no time, we'll be out of the woods." Minutes later, they were back at the start, heaving great sighs of relief. Sarah started to shake and give her mom a hug, while John and Jim shook their heads in disbelief. Catherine hugged Sarah, anxiously looking at Dave, who stood straight, staring in a trance. "Dad?" asked Jim, giving a worried glance. "Dad, are you okay?" shouted John, grabbing his father's steel-stiff arm. Catherine gently reached out, stroking his back, whispering, "Dave, is everything okay? You saved us from any harm." Dave's eyes closed. His face crumpled, and tears fell as he reached out, hugging his clan, heaving a big sigh. "I'm so glad we're all safe. I'm so happy to be home. I guess this is a happiness cry." Dave patted John on the back. "I'm so proud of you. You've got the sense of a soldier with eagle eyes. I'm proud of all of us. We have the courage to stay calm, even in the face of a bear's surprise." Catherine piped up, "Okay, enough of this hugging. We have eagles to watch and a snack to eat." Dave tickled Sarah, then responded, You're right. There has to be another path to the lookout. Let's move our feet." The boys saddled beside Sarah, each grabbing an arm. "Okay, Dorothy," laughed John, "we're off to see the wizards singing and skipping the trail lined with ferns." Watching 2 eagles nest building, Dave and Catherine followed, holding hands as Catherine smiled, saying, "We have some rebuilding to do. I'm so happy you have returned." So, my friends, to soldiers and families, thank you for all your sacrifices as soldiers, as parents, and as a couple. You and all the other military service people give so much of your heart, soulful essence and service, loyalty and honor to others in hopes to defend peace, human rights, and freedom. You and your colleagues are heroes of grit, grace, and optimism. I salute you with heartfelt appreciation.